Without Puff around, who knows what people will try to do to get at whatever little is left of his empire after he's convicted, if he's convicted. I don't think he wants to leave his children in this world defenseless like that with the kind of enemies he got, black and white. I don't think he want to do that. Now, I can see the power structure falsely claiming that he's on suicide watch if, God forbid, they try to take him out of here. I'm concerned for the brother's safety more than I am worried about a potential suicide. And let me tell you the mistake Puff made that Jay-Z did not make. And I am not accusing Jay-Z of anything. I want to be clear. But let's say hypothetically, if Sean Carter had any skeletons in his closet, one of the most effective things he did to clean up them skeletons and seal off those skeletons, Art, he got married and created a family. One thing you see Caucasian men do, Art, they might be cross-dressers, they might be homosexuals, they might be pedophiles, they might be murderers. What do all white males in the public eye do to make sure they're protecting their image legally and publicly? They get a wife and they have children. They build family. Look at them. Every last one of them build a wife. They might marry a prostitute, but they are going to have a wife and they are going to have children because it protects their public image from the types of accusations that Sean Combs has. You cannot underestimate the power of perception when it comes to you being accused of sexual crimes, whether you're innocent or guilty. That is the one thing Sean Combs should have learned. It's a lesson he should have learned, and he learned it too late. Get married, build family. And I'm not saying Sean Carter only married Beyonce for that. I'm not saying, I believe he loved his sister. T.I. and Tiny been together since the beginning. So we know that wasn't a Hollywood marriage. That's real black love right there. I'm simply saying, if you're going to be out here doing the things that Puffy does, get your ass a wife and build a family. He had the children, Art, but he didn't have the wife. So we got to be honest. One of the most effective ways to get rid of someone and hide the evidence is through food poisoning. So I cannot say he's being paranoid. We're talking about Sean Puffy Combs. In terms of hip hop culture and history, who in the hell has ever been bigger than Puff as long as Puff? You could say Sean Carter, but Puffy was already a household name when Jay-Z was just getting started. So I believe that Puffy's paranoia is definitely well-deserved. He don't have no friends, bro. I don't know if Puffy got any friends. Now, is this due to the fact that so many people claim he did people dirty? It could be. Or is it due to envy and jealousy? It could be. I don't know why he ain't got no friends, but it don't seem like Puffy got too many people who are going to ride and die for him beyond his children. And because of that, I think his paranoia about eating the prison food is very well deserved. But I will tell you this, because this is an Illuminati takedown, Diego wants him to go down for RICO. And the reason Diego wants him to go down for RICO, Art, if Puffy goes down for RICO, they can take everything he got. When you get convicted of a RICO charge, all your property, all your assets, your bank accounts, your money, your clothes, everything becomes the property of the federal government. So the feds want RICO. I just don't think they have enough evidence for it. If they had a lot of evidence, Art, we would be seeing some of it by now. It would be leaked already. I don't think they have the evidence. But listen, as an FBI agent once told me, she said, Dr. Umar, you are being watched by the feds. They're watching you closely. You are considered a threat. You need to be careful as you can be with everything that you do, but you should not become paranoid. And I said, why not? And she said, because if they can't find it, they will simply create it. They control the media. She told me that. A FBI agent told me, you cannot get paranoid being careful, because if they can't find any dirt, they will manufacture it. They control the media. And Diddy had an agreement with them where they would help him market his De Leon tequila brand. And Diddy took issue with Diego because they had described the De Leon tequila liquor, Puffy's brand. They described it to their customer base as if it was an inner city, urban, quote unquote, ghetto hip hop type of liquor. And Puffy took issue with that because he said, I'm a global icon. I'm a hip hop mogul. Don't limit my product just to black people. And by doing that, you're dissuading white people and non-blacks from buying my liquor. You're cutting my sales low. And I think you're doing it on purpose because you don't want De Leon tequila to outsell all your other European controlled brands. So Puffy accused Diego of racial discrimination in advertising and marketing. Diego got upset with Puff, British-based company. They said, you done already made $1 billion off of us. How dare you sue us and try to make a few more billion off of us? Diego and Puff settled out of court in January 2024. Puffy's homes are raided in March. There's no way you're going to convince me that a company that powerful, Diego operates in 180 of 194 countries in the world. They operate in 180 out of 194 countries in the world. You are not going to convince me that 1 + 1 does not equal 2. There is no way they were forced to settle with Puffy in January, and less than 2 months later, his homes are raided. Watch this timeline. He sues Diego in the spring. Cassie comes out in the fall. He settles with Cassie in 24 hours. Diego is watching this. So when Diego decides to settle with Puff outside of court, they did this knowing full well, we about to go after you and destroy you. You are messing with the Illuminati. You have no idea who you effing with, Sean Combs. And when Puff was so quick to settle with Cassie, that showed the whole world he was vulnerable. That showed the whole world he had skeletons in his closet. And do you know what I think Diego did after they settled with Puff? I bet you after they settled with Puff, they probably never even made it to the airplane. They picked up the phone and they called King Charles III. And they said, dear monarch, we need you to dial in a favor for us to President Joe Biden. Because this Sean Puffy Combs, this little nigga out of New York City, he think he can go to war with the big boys and not pay the consequences. Sean Puffy Combs, that hip hop king out of New York, he think he can tell white people what to do. He think he going to rob us for a couple $1 billion and get away with it. It's not going down. Dear King, please make that call on behalf of your citizens. That's what I believe happened.